All right, boys and girls, welcome back to the drive-thru. Thanks for your requests while I was at my training today. Special shout out to whoever asked these questions. Here we go. Just going to try to walk you through these. So again, we're foiling here. So 6 times 1 is 6 outer. 6 times negative radical 7 is a negative 6 radical 7. 1 times a negative radical 7 is a negative 1 radical 7. And radical 7 times radical 7, both negative. Negative times a negative is a positive. And that's going to be a radical 49. Okay? So it's 6. Minus 7 radical 7 plus 7. It says assume all square roots are positive. So you end up getting a 13 minus 7 radical 7. Okay? Alright, so to simplify this, you have to multiply it by its conjugate. Okay? The only thing we're allowed multiplying by in math is 1. The only thing with that doesn't change the value of something, so we're just trying to simplify this. And so this is the conjugate. Okay? On the top, 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times radical 3 is just like 5 times x. There's nothing we can do to it other than write it like that. On the bottom, we're foiling these things. So 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times radical 3 is 2 radical 3. 2 times negative radical 3. Aha! That's the whole point. And radical 3 times radical 3 is a radical 9, which is just 3, but we'll come back to that. So the whole point of multiplying by the conjugate is it gets rid of that. And this is always going to be simplifiable. So you get 10 plus 5 radical 3 over 4 minus 3, which is 10 plus 5 radical 3 over 1, which is just 10 plus 5 radical 3. Okay, one more. Okay, well remember that 2 to the 5th power is 32, and therefore 32 to the 1/5 power is the same thing as the 5th root of 32, and that is 2. So, since it's an odd root, we can have a negative underneath here, and you end up getting negative 32 to the 1/5 times x to the negative 10th to the 1/5 times y to the 15th to the 1/5. Okay, well, you can see that this is going to be a negative 2. When we take an exponent to an exponent, we multiply those two. Hopefully you guys have seen the video on why that happens, because understanding why is your only chance to actually remembering the rules. So we got to do 10 times 1/5, which is a negative 2. And then again, we're going to multiply those. So 1/5 of 15 is 3. So that would be one way to write your answer. You could also write it as 2y cubed over positive x squared. And I don't know which one of them is more simple, so I don't really care which way you write it. In this particular key, you'll see that I wrote my answer like that. Boom!